Hello, my name is Ash, a counselor in training. This is my Relatable study podcast for individuals who need help studying for their NCE, CPCE, and other related counseling exams. I'm going to go through many questions from multiple resources and make the answers relatable to both you and me. So get your listening ears on and let's get studying. What is systematic sampling? Systematic sampling is a method of random sampling, then selecting every nth name or number that is randomly generated or is already pre-existing and obtain a sample study. For example, I am going to be pulling numbers every 3 turns, so I would pick number 3, number 6, number 9, number 12, so on and so forth until I have gained a small sample to study. The researcher who is well known for his work with marital deprivation and isolation in rhesus monkeys is A. Harry Harlow, B. John Bowlby, C. Lawrence Colbert, or D. all of the above. The answer is Harry Harlow. His experiment with rhesus monkeys with the wire mother or the cloth mother is very well known, where the baby monkey had to pick in between food or comfort. The wire mother had the food, whereas the cloth mother had the comfort because she was soft with a cloth. And the baby monkey always chose the cloth mother over food. And that is the work of Harry Harlow, who conducted that experiment. What is synesthesia? Synesthesia is the stimulation of a sensory trigger that is remembered because of another stimulation with another sensory modality. A simpler explanation of this is when individuals report being able to see the color of words or taste shapes. Many researchers believe that this is caused by cross-wiring in the brain, but it is still being researched. For example, I have synesthesia with textures. I can taste them on my tongue. When velvet is said, I can taste what it feels like. It is rough and coarse, but also smooth at the same time. And now I'm getting a texture sensation in my mouth, even though I do not have or see velvet. I believe one way of trying to visualize this for people who do not experience synesthesia would be looking at a list of colors spelled out, but they are all in different colors. For example, green can be pink, yellow can be blue, and then you would have to say the actual color that the text is in rather than the colored word. So instead of green, you would say pink. For yellow, you would say blue because it's in those colors. If I am wrong about this, let me know down in the comments. A school invited a pediatric counseling specialist to teach students about bullying. The American Counseling Association, ACA, requirements for lectures including all of the following except A. Providing information based on reliable resources and current practices. B. Ensuring that the audience understands that the presenter is not establishing a counseling relationship with them. C. Completing additional training as an educator. D. Ensuring that the statements are aligned with the ACA Code of Ethics. The answer is C. Completing additional training as an educator. Looking at the ACA Code of Ethics, the 2014 one, I know they are still in the works of updating it. There's a specific code for responsibilities of counselor educators, which is F7, and it goes through A through I, which covers counseling educators, counseling educator competence, infusing multicultural issues and diversity, integration of study and practice, teaching ethics, use of case examples, student-to-student supervision and instruction, innovative theories and techniques, and field placement.
I would personally recommend going through the ACA Code of Ethics to review the requirements for teaching students about any topic. And it would be a good review for all counselors, including me. And when there is a new code of ethics that comes out, we can review that as well and see what has been updated and changed. This is one question where I highly encourage you to review the ACA Code of Ethics on your own time. I will not go over them in this podcast unless a question comes up about it. What are descriptive statistics and inferential statistics? Very briefly, a statistic is a numerical representation of identified characteristics in a study. So a small group of people are being studied because of their tallness or shortness, so on and so forth. A descriptive statistic produces organization summaries and present data in an informative way. For example, we counselors are taking our NCE or CPCE to get our license or to get out of grad school, and the license board is collecting the average score that the counseling students are making. An inferential statistic produces generalizations about a group or population based on the numeral value of known characteristics. I am going to use myself for an example. I am technically a dwarf at 4'9", and the tallest dwarf is 4'10". The way they were able to identify those numbers is by collecting a group short people and measuring their heights to better understand where the cutoff is for the tallest dwarf and to identify the shortest dwarf and the average heights in between. And that is all 5 questions. Thank you for listening. Keep calm and study on.